Now, how do you find? I mean, yes, you have your niche of finding military spouses, but how do you go about finding them? Or how did you start? You probably created a name for yourself now, where people are coming to you more than they were in the beginning. But how do people find you, and how did that start out?
Yeah, so when we started, I mean, we personally know so many
Yes.
people in this position. So the
Mhm.
first person that we hired to be our assistant as we started to build a business was one of Mary Elaine's childhood friends who happened to be married to a man in Ranger
Ranger
Battalion that I
battalion.
worked with. So it kind of started there and just kind of hinting about to other people, hey, who's
Mhm.
looking for work, and then it's the beauty of the internet after that, right? It's social media.
Word
You
of
know,
mouth.
we are ingrained in this this environment, the society of military folks. So for us, it's been very easy to reach out and find people. But you're right, our reach has grown, and we do that personally by trying to attend more events and continue to build those relationships and connections throughout the military.
Mhm.
But
Hmm.
the
And
biggest
we
thing is social media is great, and all of these communities are very close knit. So
yeah.
every single unit has their own spouse support chain. They're all
Hmm.
talking. So we have placement and access in this community, and it's been it hasn't been challenging for us.
No.
Hmm.
And partnering with certain nonprofits that
Hmm.
line up with our values. And I mean, you can Google um, nonprofit military spouses that help military spouses or veterans find
Hmm.
employment opportunities, and there's a bunch of them out there. So
Yeah.
yeah, finding people who want to work as a virtual assistant has not been a struggle.
Yeah. I really feel for them too. I hear their stories, and of course, my world is pretty um, much different because my wife is a local teacher, so I
Mm-hmm.
see her every day, right? And I work locally in the town that I live in. But one of my assistants, her husband is in the FBI, and when there was that bombing, a month ago in Pensacola at the military base, well, he got the call and he had to go to Pensacola for 2 weeks, right? And then another one, her husband, he's gone for weeks, if not months at a time, and she's at home with a new baby, so it's not
Mhm.
easy for them. I realize that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, and I think that's something from the beginning we were very intentional about making sure that we weren't just another company that even just matches an assistant with a client and says good luck. We are
Hmm.
really there to take care of them and know what's going on in their lives. So we want to know, and we do know when husbands leave and when they return, when babies are born, when someone's pregnant, when there's a crisis in the family. We're very connected with each other and intentional, making sure those relationships are strong.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
And what you're talking about, that's what makes military spouses such great workers. So there's a resiliency that can't be learned or taught anywhere else. Like you said, you
Right.
know, if I tell people about, just the day-to-day details of deployment or the training cycles, and you can tell they're overwhelmed. They're like, oh, I can't believe y'all experience that. Well, that's our normal,
mhm.
right?
Right.
It's
Right.
amazing what the body can become accustomed to. So you have these spouses that are used to just being left to their own devices, no support whatsoever, sometimes in the middle of the night. And they
Right.
have to learn to pick up all the pieces and keep driving the ball down the field.
Keep
And
going.
all of a sudden, they become the person that's doing everything for their families. And that resiliency, that problem solving, that independence, you just don't
Hmm.
get that anywhere else. It doesn't exist until you've lived through these experiences and you've come out on the other side. And
Right.
if you ask me, what's one what's one characteristic that you would like to see in all the people who work for you? It's resiliency.
Hmm.
There's no question about it because they have the ability to make mistakes or hit hardships and immediately bounce back and continue moving on. And a lot of
Mhm.
people just don't have that, and that is a
Right.
rare.